I realized that it is time to plant our seedlings. We have a very long growing season in our zone, but we are about 9-10 weeks out from our projected frost date. Last year we had a crazy frost in the middle of May, which no one was expecting, and it killed out a lot of the local farmers' plants as well as our plants, even though we protected them and covered them and tried to take all the necessary precautions, it still killed them out. So this year, since we have such unpredictable weather in our zone, we really do, and if you live here, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to wait a little longer to put my seedlings out in our garden. We actually are planning on buying a tiller, and we are going to do a market style row garden this year in our yard. But until then, since that is just a tentative plan, I'm still going to be planting some seedlings for our raised beds. We have one huge raised bed. We also have two smaller raised beds, but that currently has garlic in it. And I will probably be harvesting that in between June and July, hopefully if all goes well. And if I do harvest that, then I'm going to mix up some compost in it and hopefully plant a fall crop, probably kale or lettuce or something like that. And that'll be later on. But for now, I'm going to take you along on what I'm growing right now. I'm gonna go out in the garage. My husband made me this cute little potting station. I'm gonna get out my planters. I'm gonna get the dirt that we got at Lowe's, and I am gonna go crazy. Now, I'm gonna wait a little longer. Like I said, we have a very long growing season in our zone. I'm gonna wait a little longer to plant our bell peppers and tomatoes because I want it to be a lot warmer when I plant them. Now, a lot of people with shorter growing season, they use the heating lamp, they use the grow lights, and I do have some of those, but I'm actually just gonna do something different this year. I did try to do the bell peppers and the tomatoes in my indoor greenhouse. Like I said, we have a very small garden out back, and if you watched my backyard garden videos last year, you know that we have a very small space. So this year, I'm hoping to just dedicate one half of the garden to tomatoes and the other half to bell peppers and some of it to basil and other herbs. I'm going to be putting some of my herbs in bigger pots, and hopefully I can tend to them a lot easier, and when it's time to bring them back inside, like the rosemary in the winter, it'll be easier to transplant them. I'm also going to be planting a lot of flowers, which I'll show you. I'm hoping to plant a lot of morning glories because those are one of my favorites. I'm hoping to plant some roses. Now, I did dig up practically our entire back flower bed, so I'm going to be planting a lot of new perennial flowers this year, a lot of annuals, hopefully some zinnia. I've never been able to get zinnia to grow. It's kind of a curse, but hopefully this year I'll be able to. So I just want to bring you along and show you what I'm going to be planting, and I'm going to show you what I'm planting in, and hopefully I'll be able to take you along this wonderful journey throughout the year of our garden.